And in a sigh of relief for millions in the United States trying to pay off their educational loans, US President Joe Biden on Wednesday announced that university graduates who are still trying to pay off student loans and those who earn less than $125,000 will each get a $10,000 relief. The move addressed decades of massive educational debt across the country. Biden said that the decision fulfills his campaign promise of providing a student debt relief.
Incredible progress advancing America's economic recovery.
This would provide breathing room for working and middle-class families.
If you make under $125,000, you get $10,000 knocked off your student debt. If you make under $125,000 a year and you received a Pell Grant, you'll get an additional $10,000 knocked off that total, for a total of $20,000 relief. 95% of the borrowers can benefit from these actions. That's 43 million people. Of the 43 million, over 60% are Pell Grant recipients. That's 27 million people who will get $20,000 in debt relief. Nearly 45% can have their student debt fully canceled. That's 20 million people who can start getting on with their lives.
Under the relief plan, $10,000 will be deducted from all loans owed by people earning an annual salary of less than $125,000 for former students who went to universities with need-based government assistance known as Pell Grants. The relief will be $20,000. The proposed debt deduction falls far short of some Democrats' goals of securing complete forgiveness. But the announcement that has come 3 months ahead of midterm congressional elections, it's being seen as vote winner for the Democrats. Republicans, on the other hand, argue that shaving any amount from graduates' loans is unfair to those who spent years saving to pay off their own debt. U.S. colleges can often cost anywhere between $10,000 to $70,000, leaving graduates with crushing debt as they enter the workforce. According to government estimates, the average debt for college students when they graduate is $25,000, a sum many spend years or even decades trying to pay back. According to the White House, in total, some 45 million borrowers nationwide owe a collective $1.6 trillion. Meanwhile, a moratorium on loan repayments instituted during the pandemic will be extended to the end of the year, with installments restarting on the 31st of December. The plan was announced after months of deliberation over an issue that is successive administrations. Many fear that the program may feed already rampant inflation in the wake of the COVID-19 shutdown and subsequent economic recovery. Now, President Joe Biden's announcement was met with mixed reactions from working professionals who've been struggling to pay off their loans. While some welcome the move, others they're skeptical about what lies ahead. Let's just listen into some of the reactions coming in.
Biden's announcement means that we need to continue to apply pressure because it's great that he's made that decision and he's made the right decision and he's going in the right direction, but also as people, we don't have to accept crumbs.
The student loan debt can be really debilitating. Very much like he was saying, it delays people from, they don't want to get married, they don't want to have kids, they don't want to start a business, they can't buy a house, all of those things. And, freeing people up to be able to do that is definitely going to benefit everybody.
So for me, this forgiveness, I'm not sure what it means. I don't know if it's going to change my payment amount very much or at all. I hope that it will. And if I were able to have more money in my monthly budget, it would mean saving for retirement, buying life insurance, things like that, that just ensure that continued financial stability, because that's not something we have right now. All the money goes to current living expenses and paying off this debt.
Ideally, I think it would have been better if they had forgiven more, like $40,000 or $50,000. But, in this climate, you kind of have to just take what you can get and accept when something kind of breaks your way. But I just think it's going to be an enormous boon to so many people to have some or all of their debt forgiven, and what he spoke about also about more people having access to loans and the new limits on how long they're going to be in debt. I mean, you're saying people will only be in debt for 10 or 20 years, which for most people who go to college, around late teens, 20s, that means by the time that they're 30 or 40, they're not going to have to worry about this anymore.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.